Tonight on Connecticut's news station, new funding cracking down on hate crimes. A look ahead to make places of worship safe for everyone.
Plus, a chance for former Stone Academy students to finish what they started. We're getting a look at the new space they'll use to complete their credits.
The rats are everywhere. I believe there's 6 or 7 properties at this point that have rats.
Plus, a rat infestation in a local neighborhood, and now the city has had to step in to do something about the root of the problem lurking behind a boarded-up home.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Matt Karen.
The state of Connecticut is putting its money where its mouth is to deter hate crimes and terrorist attacks.
That's right. Today, lawmakers came together with municipal, nonprofit, and religious leaders to announce a grant program for buildings that are most at risk. This is a visual of hate in the United States. According to the Anti-Defamation League, incidents of hate here in Connecticut alone have risen by 295% in 2023.
It's heartbreaking that we have to think about this, that we're here today announcing security funding in order to ensure that people who are going to their houses of worship to pray feel safe. But that's the world that we live in today.
That's why state lawmakers joined nonprofit and religious leaders Thursday inside Congregation Beth Israel in West Hartford to announce a $5 million grant program aimed at making security upgrades at high-risk buildings.
Mosques, churches, and synagogues typically don't have the resources. They're struggling. We all know the trends.
The grant would award each qualified applicant up to $50,000 for things like ballistic glass, solid core doors, remote electronic locks, and camera surveillance.
No other state in the country that is providing this level of security funding per capita than Connecticut. Connecticut is literally the leader in the country, and the leaders are here today.
The program, administered by the State Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, is funded by a 2019 bill. Last year, 200 institutions applied for the grants. So popular, 100 of them had to be turned away.
And I hope that one day we come to a point that we do not need these funds. But until that time, we do need these funds. And unfortunately, compared to last year and this year, we need these funds even more.
Globally, 2 wars on the world stage. Locally, swastikas on college campuses and a vandalized menorah in New Haven. Incidents of hate are on the rise, resulting in theft, threats, harassment, and assault across the nation. The grant program still needs final approval. It's on the agenda for tomorrow's Bond Commission meeting.
Neighbors in one quiet neighborhood of Vernon have been covering their noses after workers spent the last several days cleaning out what neighbors describe as a hoarder's home. But the trash is only one part of the problem in the neighborhood. Fox 61's Carmen Chow joins us live in Vernon to show us the biggest issue, the root of the problem here. Carmen, good evening.
Matt and Sarah, good evening to you. Now, since Friday, workers in suits have been cleaning out this home behind me here on Warren Avenue from top to bottom. Now, not only the cleaning has made the smell more pungent, it has now awakened those neighborhood rats.
The rats are probably about this big.
Large rat traps surround the McVeigh's home on Warren Avenue. These cell phone videos show the rodents on their daily adventure scurrying to find warmth.
It's disheartening living next to something like this.
Neighbors say the person who lived in this now boarded up home was a hoarder. Through the Freedom of Information Act, the town was able to obtain these pictures showing piles of trash in every room. The trash so bad it created a smell that lingered outside and worsened in the summer.
The yard started getting very messy, and then a putrid smell started taking over the air.
That's when residents became even more rattled. Signed by 7 homeowners, this letter was drafted to the town expressing their concerns.
We had to run our central air for many, many months because we couldn't open windows. Our utility bills went up.
The town then immediately responded.
The town has been amazing.
In August, this notice of violation was sent to the homeowner, notifying her of her violations. With no change on her end, the health department sent a second notice in October saying she had to vacate. Fox 61 reached out to the town of Vernon, and in a statement, town administrator Michael Porcaro said in part, quote, "These actions are driven by concern for the property owner's health and safety, as well as to provide relief to residents of the surrounding neighborhood."
It's extremely unnerving. We don't get much rest. You know, it's hard to live when you're constantly worried about your own property becoming infested with rats from something that was probably avoidable.
Now, the town has called pest control to address the rat issue. As for the house, the town is hoping to place a lien on the property to recover some of the money spent on cleaning up this house. I'm live in Vernon. Carmen Chow, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right. Thank you, Carmen. Police have made an arrest in the Brass Mill Center mall shooting and are expected to make further arrests. Police say 19-year-old Marcus Gonzalez Jr. shot a 17-year-old twice in the chest in the mall on Friday. Luckily, the teenager is out of the hospital. Gonzalez faced a judge this morning in Waterbury, where he was held on $1.5 million bond. He's facing numerous charges. Police say there was a large fight in the food court, which led to the shooting. Police believe it involved a conflict over a girl. Gonzalez is a convicted felon and is well known to Waterbury police.
Good evidence in this case. We've got some good witnesses. We were able to develop a lot of information through technology, and we're looking forward to helping our state's attorney through the adjudication process of this case.
Police say he tossed the gun near the highway after the shooting, but they were able to recover the weapon. Police also say they're still looking for other people involved in the fight in the food court and are anticipating more arrests.
In Torrington, a middle school student was arrested after allegedly sending a bomb threat to the school. Police say the student hacked another student's email to send that threat. The threat was found not credible and was just an attempt to get the other student in trouble.
Weathersfield police are investigating an armed robbery. This happened at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store on Silestine Highway last night. Police say the two suspects took money and items before taking off. No one was injured during the incident, and police are still looking for those suspects. If you know anything, you're asked to give Weathersfield police a call.
And we have new details for you tonight. The Office of the Inspector General has deemed an officer-involved shooting in New Haven from last year justified. Officer Chad Curry fired multiple shots on October 7th, 2022, after Jose Claudio shot the patrol car's windshield. Officer Curry was injured and taken to the hospital, but was later released. Claudio was later located on Putnam Street in Hartford, where he was taken into custody. New tonight, the Board of Regents has approved another 5% tuition hike for Connecticut State College and University students. This is on top of this year's 5% increase already. Students, faculty, and union leaders have expressed opposition to the increase, saying tuition is not a viable solution to CCSU's financial challenges.
Turning to the weather now, another chilly day across the state.
But we hear there's a warm-up on the way. That's the but. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Hi, Rach.
Yeah, and it looks like the warmth is going to have staying power. It arrives tomorrow with highs soaring into the 50s, and those 50s, or at least temperatures near there, taking us right through this upcoming weekend. So I bet you can guess what the next storm brings us with numbers like that. Yeah, it's going to be rain and not snow. Temperatures right now are in the 20s and 30s, although mostly in the 30s. The satellite and radar is quiet across the region, and it looks like a nice night ahead, although certainly refreshing, with overnight lows dipping back between the mid-20s to right around 30 degrees as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. And we don't have much of a wind tomorrow, little bit, but overall the big story is going to be these numbers rebounding into the lower to even middle 50s as we head through the afternoon. And not only are we going to see these warmer numbers, but we're going to do it with lots of sunshine too as an added bonus. It looks like that warmer air again takes us into the weekend. While it will be a dry start to the weekend, it will be a wetter finish as our next wind and rainstorm arrives. We'll talk about the latest information we're getting into the Weather Center coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. As we close in on Christmas, a lot of people are trying to get those last-minute gifts delivered before it's too late. But police are warning this is prime time for porch pirates looking to steal your gifts.
Yeah, it really is a big problem. And Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is in Hartford with a look at how you can prevent becoming a victim. Brooke?
Well, there are experts that say that more people than not, unfortunately, have fallen victim to these porch pirates. They say that it's really all about your house. What kind of visibility do you have? Now, as you can see here, we have a road, pretty busy, maybe not right now at 7 a.m., but then whenever you get over to the house, it's only about 20 feet or so up to the front porch. As you can see, there's nowhere safe to keep anything, and that is exactly what those porch pirates are looking for. So if this looks like your house, maybe take a listen. According to a recent study, about 79% of consumers have had a package stolen off of their front porch in 2022. This could mean it's simply just delivered to the wrong address and never returned, or it could mean someone takes the package right off your porch, never to be seen again. This trend, of course, upticks during the holiday season as people are ordering expensive gifts for their loved ones. If you're lucky, the company might ship a replacement, but that's not always the case. The Better Business Bureau is asking people to remember a few preventative measures. They say check in with your neighbors to see if someone accidentally received your package. Don't leave any packages unattended. Try to ship to the store for pickup instead of having it delivered. Have cameras on your property or even require a delivery signature. You can also put specific delivery instructions. Maybe tell the person delivering it to deliver to a back porch or maybe a hidden side area instead, just to avoid it being so visible. But if you do find yourself as a victim of these porch pirates, maybe you're not getting those Christmas presents in your hands after they were delivered, go ahead and file a police report. They say that is the best thing to do, get it on their radar. You can also file a report with the delivery service, as they typically have policies in place that might be able to reimburse you for that loss. In Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.